So we've got a great size balcony overlooking the community.
Goddamn!
One great thing about this balcony is that this decking is Trex decking, which is a composite decking.
Goddamn!
Very nice.
Goddamn!
I'm gonna step inside.
Okay.
Step inside.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm a
Bitch!
Okay.
A 41-second house tour turned Baylen and Colin's future into a full-blown courtroom, and somehow the balcony became the least controversial thing in the video. TLC posted a simple teaser of the couple house hunting for Baylen Out Loud. On paper, it is wholesome reality television. Young couple, coastal property, big balcony, plenty of space. A real estate agent trying to sell the dream. But the second Baylen's verbal tics cut through the polished sales pitch, the internet stopped discussing countertops and started debating whether this couple is ready for adulthood, marriage, money, medication, children, neighbors, and apparently the entire concept of private property. The clip opens with Colin admiring the balcony and the composite decking. He is trying to stay focused on the house while Baylen repeatedly blurts out, "God damn," as a tic. What matters is Colin's reaction. He does not gasp, he does not scold her, he does not turn it into a dramatic moment. He simply keeps the conversation moving. Then the scene cuts to an outdoor confessional where Baylen tries to explain herself, but more tics interrupt the thought. One references the neighbor, another directly names Tourette syndrome, and after one especially awkward outburst, Baylen lands on the funniest and most revealing line in the whole clip. She may need to reconsider that front porch. Colin's response is one word: yep. And that tiny exchange is exactly why this video hit such a nerve, because underneath the comedy, Baylen is not just touring a house. She is testing what independent life could actually look like when her condition doesn't pause for real estate agents, quiet neighborhoods, future in-laws, or a perfectly edited television moment. But while everyone was laughing about the neighbors, the comments section split into several completely different realities. One group immediately argued that Baylen and Colin need land, distance, and privacy. Some viewers suggested a farm or a property in the middle of nowhere where Baylen would not have to worry about close neighbors reacting to her vocal tics. On the surface, that sounds practical. More space could mean less social pressure, but it also reveals something uncomfortable. Why is the automatic solution always to move the person with Tourette syndrome farther away from everyone else? Privacy may be useful, but isolation should not be treated like the price of being accepted. Then came the money debate. Some viewers questioned why a young couple would even consider a 4-bedroom home as a starter home. Others pushed back and said extra rooms could become offices, guest rooms, or a space for a future family. And honestly, both sides are filling in huge blanks. We do not know the full budget. We do not know the final property. We do not know whether this was a serious contender or simply a house chosen because it makes good television. That is the first major reality TV trap. Viewers see a few rooms and start acting like they have reviewed the mortgage application. But the nastiest debate was not about the house at all. It was about whether Baylen's tics are real, exaggerated, or somehow activated by the cameras. Several commenters accused her of performing. Others immediately defended her and pointed out that stress, attention, and different environments can affect how visible her symptoms are. And this is where the commentary goes from skeptical to cruel. A person appearing calmer in one video and more symptomatic in another is not proof of deception. An edited television clip is not a medical examination. The camera may capture the loudest moments because loud moments are what television uses. That does not mean the person created them for the camera. Hold on to that thought because it connects directly to the other argument viewers dragged into this house hunt. Several commenters revived concerns about a medication issue discussed in the episode. Some blamed Baylen for not managing it herself. Some blamed Colin for not checking. Others defended Colin and argued that he cannot be expected to become her full-time caretaker. Then another group attacked Baylen's parents for being too involved, while critics of Colin claimed he was dismissing her father's concerns. So now, Colin is somehow being accused of doing too much and not enough at the same time. That contradiction tells you the real problem. Viewers cannot decide whether they want Baylen treated as an independent adult or as someone whose partner and parents must constantly supervise her. And the answer cannot be one extreme or the other. Independence doesn't mean pretending support is unnecessary. It means Baylen gets to decide what support looks like. A healthy plan could include reminders, backup arrangements, emergency contacts, and clear communication without turning Colin into a nurse or her father into a permanent supervisor. Systems are more important than saviors. That's also why Colin's calmness deserves a more balanced reading. His low-key reaction during the house tour can look supportive because he doesn't shame Baylen or make every tick about himself. But calmness alone is not a complete plan. Saying yep is perfect when the question is whether the front porch might be risky. It's not enough when the question becomes finances, safety, routines, or what happens when both of them are overwhelmed. The social media reaction also exposed an ugly double standard. Some people praised Colin like a hero simply for loving a woman with Tourette syndrome. Others talked about Baylen as though she were a burden he had heroically agreed to carry. That framing is not romantic. It reduces their relationship to caretaker and patient, instead of two young adults trying to build a life together. And then there were comments jumping straight to future children. Viewers questioned whether Baylen could parent, whether the house was too big, whether the couple should even be planning ahead, and what their future family might look like. That's an enormous conclusion to draw from a clip about a balcony. The internet watched Baylen make one joke about a porch and somehow scheduled a custody hearing for children who don't exist. The biggest piece of evidence in this video is actually Baylen's own self-awareness. She recognizes that the layout of a home could affect her daily comfort and her interactions with neighbors. She's not ignoring reality. She's adapting to it in real time. That's not helplessness. That's practical thinking wrapped in humor. The real question is whether Baylen and Colin are choosing a home based on their actual needs or chasing the fantasy version of adulthood that reality TV loves to sell. A huge coastal house looks exciting, but the right home is the one they can afford, manage, feel safe in, and live in without Baylen feeling like she has to hide every time a neighbor walks past. So, is this house hunt a healthy step toward independence, or are Baylen and Colin moving faster than their support system and planning can handle?